And welcome back to Just Dance Comic Studio. Once again, I have just searched around for this thing as well. Even for the entire comic studio has no sprites around here that I just look it up for something a little bit for just once, I guess. For another Just Dance Comic Studio that still it's absolutely going to be stands in their way, but I never believe it isn't going to be for around here. In the previous video, that last time, we have started to get a little bit infringed as well. Anything could be for around for the adult content, for around for between for some sort of the effects, and for probably like I never supposed to be for like this, which could be for around yeah, that must be for some sort of lolly rock reference, even for the effects, or some kind of this as well. So, as we're gonna be checking out the perks, but I guess I don't want it to show like this. Not even possible to go for a little bit for last things as well. So, that must be for only one, of course, as I'm going to be scroll a little bit down and got something a lot of persons that we got to do. So we scroll down and probably a lot of instructions that we got even to do this as well. So in a previous video that we just never told something as well for some like this, and which is absolutely for some sort of for crazy like those things, not even of course for around here for some sort of the tutorial dances as well. Not even possible that I just meant to say this, but I'm just going to be telling you what to do this, what I just probably to say. Just dance could be for probably for the exercise, workouts, or even try to do so like anyways for more epic crazy dance all through the years since the game released back in 2009. I'm not pretty sure to do this, but I'm just going to say for this thing as well. In fact, this is where my mother has doing for just like the workouts of the ZB dance. Anyways, that wasn't going to be for such right that is just going to be talking about for this thing as well. And it was quite fully nothing a little bit funny is going on around here for just like I just probably going to say for about this thing as well. Even for some sort of poses for like them as well. And should we do for some sort of the Cookie Run OC character for just like even the Just Dance things could be even for some sort of like this thing as well. We already talked about for some sort of perks and many more items or some sort of stuff or the assets from the UI selections around here. So let's go right here to the backgrounds. So starting on this thing, we just eventually added for one only, literally for that one. And I never believe there must be features, a whole bunch of many other locations, and so much more we came to see around here. Or I just going to be came around to see this thing as well. Even the dark crystals, many more backgrounds and background patterns, a whole bunch of stuff around here for just like that. Even that you're in the kitchen or you're inside of the house, am I gonna be able to be putting around here? As Yoga Cookie has just waiting to do so as well. And I possibly that we're going to be for using right over here for this thing. So the front stage could be for around for this thing as well. And the synths could be for around that this is where Shining Glitter Cookie has just came around from only electronic music for one reason. So this is absolutely for the sundown. Is literally possible for this thing as well. And yet to be for coming around here for some sort of like this. And that would be all for a little bit for some sort of like this things as well. Some backgrounds from the first game released was even incredible. And some sort of features like the blood trees around itself in the background, and the wrestling battle ring from the WWE series, like the World Wrestling Champions, whenever that we going to see this. And it's just like that before Geometry Dash. This is when actually going to be for finding out as well that I just expected to see this. So, nothing, one more thing, as I'm probably able to be saying, is I probably mean to do this as well. So nothing just one to do. So, we're going to be doing for the style, like for some sort of this, or even this, maybe this, for some sort of the morning stars, for some sort of, well, that wasn't going to be taking for some sort of, like I say, nothing especially acts like Radiator Springs, as I would be able to be saying this, but I tell you what, let's go for the crossovers, and we might be able to do something out for some sort of like those things as well. And more parts have just coming soon, by the way, I guess. Unless I just accidentally did a bad decision about for many more since Skibidi Toilet. Thankfully, original backgrounds from the original game from the Just Dance from 2009 was probably a little bit incredible, but pretty nostalgic like them as well. So let's go on to the Just Dance 2. This is actually the title, but things have just confirmed like those things as well. The crazy show of for some sort of like this, even for some sort of these things as well, to walk on for some sort of the VIP as well. And that some kind of unknown house, nuclear fission as well, or inside a nuclear reactor, and probably many more as outside like this. And even for some sort of a war reference, could be even as possible, or inside of video games, like probably for this, even a little bit more, and crazy more things as well. Another sunset look like this, and probably located around here. That must be for a modern Indian streets, some kind of basically on Mexico, not on China. So what is absolutely going to be otherwise like themselves? It looks like probably they're located in Tokyo, Japan, and another one is the snowy, crazy, drifty cars as well. Where am I going to be doing this as well? And probably that locates in like this as well. There's the Neverland, and the snow things could be like this. That locates in Moscow. Yes, another one could be for literally this, and so much more, and the Wild West sunset, and even more Alien Invasion. There's London Blood, and many more other kinds of like these. The Hollytech, another one. There's a motorcycle in the background as well, and there must be many more like those things. The soccer course was actually even for this one, or even many more like those things. There's some sort of one step closer a little bit for the last two of the pages like this. The big swing dance, or some kind of sugar rush things, or whatever it is. The fields of the sunrise, and many more, such as some kind of a bar in the inn. And a little bit of luxury houses as well, and more of them could be even for the bonus tracks. That was less incredible for some sort of like this. This is actually, it's a little bit way more incredible. I guess the original one is absolutely insanely more better than unusual, that I just never think. The Just Dance 3 was probably pretty adultive, and which features Igloo and many more some sort of like those things as well. It probably looked like Splatoon reference and even more, and features traffic and many more sides as well. Some sort of this, the camp fields, And what is this? Probably is the American location. Probably like this. This is absolutely that American region looks like. And it was a little bit incredible, but perhaps that was probably for some sort of like almost perfect around here. This is gonna be a little bit perfect for this. And nothing locates around here. Some sort of Squid Game reference is going on out here. And a little bit more as well for some sort of school reference. And other kinds of bonus tracks. And even more is even possible for this thing as well. This is absolutely where for too long as well, and that before we're gonna be end of this video for another part as well. And we definitely had as well for some sort of ridiculous to do this as well. But we forgot to do this as well. As we sing probably like this, it could be for around here for saying this as the J word. And that is absolutely going to be increasing for some sort of like this. And it's not going to be a little bit bigger. And another word that I just simply added for this thing as well. And this is almost likely it's not going to be the same thing as well. For some sort of like this thing as well. So this is absolutely, that turns out, becomes a Top Gear icon for this, or the reference like the icon for some sort of like this. Even though we added Kukuan characters, perhaps around for like anything as well, for some sort of a crazy commentary show like this should be like. And the Jag could be for around here as a Jaguar XJ portfolio, around with the oysters envoy, a party cookie for another sides, and have looked out for the seeing the sun down as well for around this thing as well. Probably still my mouse cruiser was absolutely still working, and my mouse was getting even worse around here as well. So certainly that the GTX1 is just probably sitting right here at the sun. Expect like the party cookie has just going to be looking around here in the sun as well, like even though as well. That must be that first off we had the shining glitter cookie around here. Nothing especially for between those two animatronics as well, between the Croc and Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. And which that I just completely add vinyl scratch along with bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, and expect like the Iron Cookie Bot was probably shocked like this. And what on earth that Shaka Raka is doing around here? Within the coconuts are going to be rocking around all the way from just one music video before they're going to submit it to get out of here as well. And probably that will be probably this thing as well. For almost the entire like this thing as well. And one more thing, this isn't going to be for one last try that we're going to be saying about this. So that will be the end of this video, and of course that I just completely having a bad decision for like this. The link is going to be in the description down below, as we will be staying tuned for the next 2 days are going to be for right back as well, like anything as well. Thanks for watching, for all your support, but don't forget to browse some comics into the description for the main website. Thanks for watching once again, that I just already said for this thing as well. And I'll be signing off, and I'll talk to Mini Lads, Comic Studio users, all later, as you might not going to be dancing pretty seriously. But don't ever add it for some sort of Friday night funkin' to do this around within stages. So thanks again and have a nice day.